going on, guys? I've got a plethora of things to talk about with Ubisoft and their Star Wars Outlaws and all the people trying to bring back the Acolyte. But this is one thing I never thought in my life that I would actually read. And yes, it is from the gamer. It says, okay, let's talk about Kay Vess's face. And I was like, oh my god, they're gonna try and say she's absolutely gorgeous woman. She's strong and independent. But it's the sentence right here. The chuds are right. Kay Vess does look weird. It's not for the reason they tell you though. They can't admit we're right. So they're gonna try and say, well, they're only half right. They're still the chuds. We gotta own the chuds. Which is absolutely hilarious. But it's funny because this comes out as the same time as Ubisoft tanks another 7%, bringing its share price to $13.24. And like I always do here, we're going to do the 5-year thing to see where it was back in 2021 when it was $84.60 a share. $84 a share, and now it's at $13.24 after the massive push for DEI. Now, with all that being said, we're going to talk about why this is important, what happened, and why it dropped 7%. But before we do, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. Now, since they said they want to own the chuds, let's own the wokies here. Ubisoft stock price dropped 7% as company faces pressure from investors to take the company private. And Star Wars Outlaws sales are soft. They failed. They failed to meet the mark in every way, shape, and form. And the investors know it, and they're getting pissed. Could you imagine if you bought in at $80 a share? Oh, hell, we don't have to say it at the high point. If you bought in at $60 or $40 a share and you've watched the company go to $13 a share, how much money you have lost because Ubisoft wants to push their damn DEI woke narrative. So here we go. Ubisoft saw the company behind Star Wars Outlaws, X-Defiant, Assassin's Creed, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six saw its stock price drop 7% in a single day as it faces pressure from investors to take the company private, as well as reports of soft sales from Star Wars Outlaws. The stock price has fallen to a low of $13, or no, wait, that's pounds. That's pounds. Let's see what it is. $13.24. According to Yahoo Finance, the stock price has declined over 16% in the past 5 days. 5 days. Oh, I'm wondering if someone from that Park Place watched my videos. Because every other video I've made, I've complained that they only pull like the week or the month. But if they pull the 5-year, it's so much more dramatic to see the absolute loss of Ubisoft stock prices. And here they did it, 5 years. You know what? Hey, that Park Place, if you actually watch my videos, just let me know in the comment section. It's kind of weird that they specifically picked the 5-year after said that's the one I pulled because it's more dramatic. Anywho, back to the topic at hand. The most recent stock drop comes in the wake of Star Wars Outlaws reportedly having soft sales, as well as the Slovakian investment firm AJ Investments urging the company to go private. I love it. They're failing so bad. This data seemingly reflected a report from the True Trophies that detailed that the game only hit 25th place in its top 40 most popular PlayStation games chart the week it debuted. So they're not even coming close to being a popular. This is a Star Wars franchise. 10 years ago, this game would have been flying off the shelves like hotcakes. You wouldn't be able to keep it in stock. Physical copies would be off the shelves. Everybody would be playing this game. Everybody would be talking about it. But between Disney and all these woke AAA game studios, they've absolutely destroyed everything everybody ever cared about. You know, we watched Alan Wake get absolutely decimated. We watched Rainbow Six get the wheelchair operator that can't go upstairs. We just watched Concord not even break 1,000 players. Was it 1,000 players? I don't think it was 1,000 players. I gotta go look now. There's been so many games that the media has pushed that have absolutely failed because they want to go with the DEI woke narrative. And it's absolutely disgusting, but I'm glad it's failing. I love watching it fail so massively that these companies cannot recover the losses from it. The outlet's Kess Ayler Stephenson shared number 25 is just below the middle of the charts, and it sits behind pretty much every major and middling live service game in terms of popularity right now. Normally, these are at the early 20 spots where PS Plus indie games debut, not new AAA open world games. Well, they made a shit game. Like, how many times everybody's like, I'm sitting here watching the mob. It's just a couple of weirdos complaining about it. This character looks amazing. No, it doesn't whatsoever. It looks absolutely disgusting. You know what? For a reminder, this is Kay Vess, the character from Star Wars Outlaws. Let me just pull up the character they or the person they modeled it after. Let me make sure I could share this on stream. Yeah, everything looks fine right here. Like, she does not look like the Star Wars Outlaw character. I would be so pissed off if they did this to me and said, "Here's who we modeled it after," because that looks atrocious. She's not ugly at all. But this is what they're trying to say. No, this is what we need to make character models. This disgusting creature, because it's not a woman. There's no way in hell. So yeah, we've got the Star Wars Outlaw, the chud backlash that the gaming journalists are seething. Well, technically they're right, but they're right for the wrong reasons. No, we're right for the right reasons. You're trying to cope. You're trying to backpedal and explain how you're technically right when you're not even technically right. You're not even loosely right. You are not right at all. And now Ubisoft has tanked its stock so bad. Every investment firm is saying, go private. Get rid of all this garbage. We would rather make money than bend the knee to the woke mob required public trading rules. The investors have lost so much money. Ubisoft has lost so much money for the investors. They are pissed. And I can't blame them. Could you imagine? You're like, hey, if you give me $100, I'll turn that into $200. And you're like, well, okay. And then you do turn it into $200. And then you're like, yeah, just keep your money here and we'll get you more and more money. And they're like, okay, well, you got me the $200, so we'll go with it. And they come back a couple years later and like, hey, here's your $20. $20? It's supposed to be hundreds of dollars. Yeah, well, we did some things and it didn't quite work out. And now, the entire world hates us and nobody wants to buy our games. So, oopsie, what can you do? But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. I would like to hear all the jokes about Ubisoft losing their ass on all these woke games. But while you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out, guys. And until the next one, be easy like sleazy.